Hi. Hey, my name is Jeff. I'm gonna take a chug of my dew. Yeah. Hit him a weed pen. Good hit. Yeah. And I'm gonna read to you from David Foster Wallace's 1996 novel, Infinite Jest, one page at a time. This is Infinite Jeff. And we're up to page 7. All right. Right shenanigans. Students has a tiny piping voice that's absurd coming out of his face this big. Surely by incredible, you meant very, very, very impressive, as opposed to literally, quote, incredible, surely, says C.T., seeming to watch the coach at window, massaging the back of his neck. The huge window gives out nothing more than a dazzling sunlight and cracked earth with heat shimmers over it. Then there is before us the matter of not the required 2 but 9 separate application essays, some of which are nearly monograph length, each without exception being, different sheet. The adjective various evaluators used was, quote, stellar, director of comp. I made in my assessment deliberate use of lapidary and effete, but in areas and with titles I'm sure you can recall quite well, Hal. Neoclassical assumptions in contemporary prescriptive grammar, the implications of post-Fourier transformations for a holographically mimetic cinema. Hey, mimetic. All right. 96, baby. Means. Dawkins. The emergence of heroic stasis in broadcast entertainment. Montague grammar and the semantics of physical modality. A man who began to suspect he was made of glass. Tertiary symbolism in Justinian erotica, now showing broad expanses of recessed gum. Suffice to say that there is some frank and candid concern about the recipient of these unfortunate test scores, though perhaps explainable test scores, being these essays' sole individual author. I'm not sure, Hal, just what's being implied here, my uncle says. The dean at center is fingering his lapels as he interprets distasteful computed data. What the university is saying here is that from a strictly academic point of view, there are admissions problems that Hal needs to try to help us iron out. A matriculant's first role in the university is and must be as a student. We couldn't admit a student we have reason to suspect can't cut the mustard, no matter how much of an asset he might be on the field. Dean Sawyer means the court, of course, Chuck, Athletic Affairs says, head severely cocked, so he's including the white person behind me in the address somehow. Not to mention ONANCAA, ONNCAA. I'm sure that comes into play at some point. Regulations and investigators are always snuffing around for some sort of whiff of the smell of impropriety. The varsity tennis coach looks at his own watch. Assuming these board scores are accurate reflectors of true capacity in this case, Academic Affairs says, his high voice serious and still looking at the file before him as if he were a plate of something bad. I'll tell you right now, my opinion is it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to the other. And that's page 7.